the plan was just to make a nose cone. This nose cone has been the biggest like hurdle for me because I don't really know how to make a nose cone, to be honest. So I didn't know what techniques to use, what I should do, make one out of paper and just make like a cone and glue it on. I was trying to think of all the easy ways out, but what I did is I just ended up going to Dollar Tree and buying a couple blocks of foam, gluing them together, drawing out the kind of the shape of the cone, not side view, but the round the shape around here, because this isn't actually round. And I broke out my belt sander. I have a small one that was like 120 bucks years ago. I bought it to sharpen my lawnmower blades, and I just started buzzing it down because I've actually shaved foam down before, and it kind of got out of hand, like way more work than I wanted to do. And then the foam is really porous on the nose cone, so I bought this crap. I don't know if it's gonna work. We'll see. Bought this stuff for $1 at the Dollar Tree, and I basically just sanded this thing down, glued it on, sanded it down so it formed it up a little more, and used my hands and with this spackling and just blobbed it on there and filled all the pore spots on there and around the edge. And to be honest, however it turns out, I'm gonna sand it. I'm just gonna let it dry overnight. However it turns out, I could care less. It already looks better than I thought it was going to, as far as my original idea, because I didn't really care. I just wanted a cone shaped something on here. Again, I'm not repair guy here. This is way further than I would ever take a repair with this nose, but it looks decent. I think when it's painted, it'll look pretty good. From the angles I'm looking at here, I know it's not perfect, but that matte paint will look fine. It'll fit right in with everything else I fixed. It's still crooked. And again, that's it. And I wish I would have took a video of it, because I was seriously planning on spending 20 minutes, and I ended up spending probably an hour or so screwing around with it and gluing it on and putting the spackle. And, I wish I would have filmed it, but oh well. You get kind of the idea, and we'll see what it looks like when it's all sanded. So let's do it. It's nice and sunny, so this should work out nicely. Sun should dry it. So I melted the canopy, do my paint matching. So the canopy's kind of messed up, but at this point I don't care. I'll just tape it on as best I can. But it looks like we're matched up pretty good. I just want to get this nose painted. Spent way more time in this nose than I thought I would, but it turned out a lot better than I thought it would. Far from perfect, but I am not spackle sand guy. So I'm not going to sit here and spackle and sand this thing for 3 days. But I did spackle and sand it more than I thought I would. So you're going to see the imperfections even when it's painted. But I don't really care, because it looks good enough. It looks way better than I thought it was going to. I'll leave the camera on, let it go for 5-10 minutes. That sun should bake it in pretty good. Alright, let it bake on for a little bit. Let's check the color. Looks a little dark. Yeah, it definitely looks a little dark compared to the... No, it's not bad. Actually, it dries pretty close to what I wanted. Close enough. One last coating on here. Yeah, we're good. Sun is killing it, drying it nicely. I think that's good enough. She's ready to go back up again, so we're going to give it a quick once over before we take it up to the spot and show everything I fixed on it. So just looking at the nose, I actually found the original nose that got smashed. It was a hollow plastic nose. This is way too long. This is about an inch, at least an inch too long after I measured up against the original, but it doesn't look bad. And I didn't find the original that was crumpled up. I actually melted it, heated up and melted it back to somewhat of its normal shape. Not usable, but then I couldn't find it. And then after I painted this today, I found the other nose, mashed it up, and this is definitely too long, but it doesn't look bad from this distance, not at all. And this is way better than I thought it would be. So let's go over everything we fixed really quick. So the nose, I made that 2 blocks of Dollar Tree white floral foam. We can see these cracks here. That's where there were some stress fractures and some holes down here. In the repair log videos, you can see all that. I accidentally melted the canopy when I was testing the paint match. So, you know, it's not horrible, but that kind of sucked that I did do that. Here's the inlet that was destroyed. You can see I tried to do this technique where I do a thin layer of hot glue over the top, and usually that makes it perfectly smooth, but I tried to double layer it and screwed up, and I did not feel like sanding, so I just painted it as is. But there's the inlet that was smashed. I did that layer technique over this, and it turned out decent, but again, I tried to do too many layers. But that thickened it up to where I didn't have to put any balsa in here. So that's fixed. Again, doesn't look, you know, it's not factory beautiful. This is all filled in through here, glued back together. You know, some stress fractures. Did a pretty decent job of sanding and blending in the spackling, but you can see it's already starting to crack. No big deal. The wing, we just glued the wing back on. There really wasn't a lot of damage to the wing at all. The front had a little damage here. I bent all that out. Then we just got some stress fractures here and there. It fell off the table here when I was painting it, which caused damage here. But I'll just paint that. I'm not worried about fixing that right now. There's a lot of little things I can tweak and make it look a lot better, which I will do once I made it again. Because we have a new ESC, we have a new receiver in here. It's a Radio Master R168, which has telemetry and the battery voltage. So, and it's brand new. The receiver I had in it was really old, and the ESC was the original 10-year-old one. So, again, it's ready to go. Retract's been all tuned in. I repaired. We had to do a hinge repair, which did that. Put new push rods in. Everything's tweaked out, set up, ready to go. We have the rate set. I mean, it's 100% ready to fly. So I just want to give it a quick once over here in case it piles in so we can see it. And it's all its glory after the repair. So I know the repair logs look really long, but it just didn't take that long to fix it all. It wasn't bad at all to fix. So this nose was the killer. I was dreading doing this nose. And it did suck, but it turned out, you know, pretty good. Anyway, that's it.